Alrighty, guys. Quickly, briefly, I would like to run down with you why that I believe that Zeppelin is the greatest band ever. That is, of course, the next band that we'll be getting into when it comes to rock and roll history. So I thought I would take just a few moments and make a really quick video, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. We'll see. So, four things to note. Individually innovative. They all brought something to the table. When it comes to most bands, you've got like one guy or two guys. Then you have everybody else in the band. Not so much with them. All four members are a pretty big deal. Mr. Robert Plant, who's the lead singer, he's the first guy to really use sensuality well. John Paul Jones, who was the bass player, he further takes the bass and pulls it beyond just a very basic, like, supportive role when it comes to the instrument. He views it more in a melodic sense, a la John Entwistle from The Who. Jimmy Page is known for using a violin bow, right, like on his guitar. Don't forget also that he was also part of the Yardbirds in the late 1960s, which therefore somewhat makes him part of the British blues scene. And then you of course have got John Bonham, who was their drummer. John Bonham had a huge, massive sound. He played really, really hard. A physical guy, which we will get into more, and you'll see in some live footage that we watch. Big deals, all four of them. Commercial success without sacrificing musicality. They were able to write great songs without falling in line with current trends within the industry. Most of your bands that have came out in the last few years, they all have similar traits, musically. Zeppelin didn't really do that. They just were. Number 3, they were not part of a scene. Many of your popular bands historically, they have basically been able to gain popularity because somebody else did it first. There's only a few bands and artists who were able to gain like mass fame as being like the first that would play in a way that would actually begin to develop a scene behind them, right? Like if you take Nirvana, the Seattle grunge scene, guess what happens in the industry? People, they begin to go up there to the Northwest and they begin to sign bands because we have a band, Nirvana, who basically sets the trend, right? Zeppelin didn't actually have to do that. Once again, they just were. There are a few artists that have been able to gain mass fame without help from somebody else doing it first, like Buddy Holly, the Beatles, Zeppelin, Nirvana. Notice that I didn't say Elvis. Don't forget Elvis, Memphis, Sun Records. He's part of that scene. Notice that I didn't say the Rolling Stones. Keep in mind that the Beatles did it first, and then some months later, who came down the path? The Rolling Stones. Things like that. And then number 4, all members improvised melodically. So they would all improvise, and they would all do it well. Like even the vocals, and they would do it in a very jazz-esque way, meaning like that all 4 parts would improvise together. Now, you would have one that would somewhat take the lead, but they would all 4 improvise. That's something that is very unique. I can't think of like another rock and roll band. Well, maybe the Allman Brothers to a point, but vocally speaking, the improvisational prowess isn't really where Plant was, certainly. So, yeah. So anyways, there are my 4 thoughts. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.